What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the game week 33 deadline stream. Hope you are all doing well. Rohan, welcome. How are you doing? The Palmer captaincy poll, when Palmer got the first vote in the poll, I was like, "Ooh, who's captaining Palmer?" But it's not captaining; it's triple captaining from Rohan. How are you doing? So I'm guessing one of your drafts are being played. Triple captaincy chip is being played on Cole Palmer. Very differential player. I do not mind that at all. Obviously, United with some defensive crisis at the moment, so Cole Palmer should kind of do well. On the other hand, I have my free hit active, and this is kind of how the free hit team is looking like. Let me load up the mini league as well, obviously. But yeah, free hit is looking like this. Carl Darlow in goal, Jaden Bogle. We gone slightly differential with some of the defenders and the midfielders, and also we're playing it a bit different with some of the punts. Jaden Bogle and Truffett are slightly off the punts. O'Reilly is back in after Pep Guardiola said he is going to be fine. Hill for DEFCON as well. So we're going with three fullbacks, which you don't usually see. But yeah, well, O'Reilly, I don't even count as a fullback anymore. He's more of like a, I don't know what, out of position defender. Cole Palmer, Pascal Gross, Cherky, and Alex Scott. So Ryan Cherky differential, Alex Scott also differential. Pascal Gross also at this point I feel like is now a differential, but he'll be on a lot of other Game Week 32 wildcarders who had him. So he'll be on a lot of teams anyways. So I think it's the same. Joe Pedro and Haaland are on everyone's teams, same as Cole Palmer. So I don't think anything is changing in that situation. Um, Give me a second. All right. Let me see. Everything's good. Yes. So Rohan, feel free to send over your teams. Let me know how you're doing in terms of the teams, and if you want me to bring it up as well. If you are playing a free hit or a wild card, but if you've already sent your team with triple captain Palmer. All right, let me load it up. So this is Rohan's team. Let's boost it a bit more. So Darlow in goal, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Hill, Semenyo, Gordon, Bruno Fernandes, Szoboszlai, Palmer, Joe Pedro, and Watkins. On the bench, you have Sanchez, Timber, Malik Chow, and Beto. So Palmer with the triple captaincy. Have you got any more transfers left, Rohan, or no transfers at all? What's the play? What is the play at the moment? No transfers at all. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Have you considered taking a -4 or no plan on taking a -4? I guess it also depends on what your plan is on Game Week 34 as well, to be honest. Having said that, because I was just wondering, would you rather maybe sell a Timber to buy an O'Reilly, something like that? I don't know. JP or Palmer, triple captain? I think you keep it on Palmer, to be honest. He's the one with the pens and everything. So I think you keep it on Palmer. But you're lacking quite a few double game weeks this week. That's why. -4 already done. I had Saka in this team. Oh, and Semenyo or Palmer has arrived in this team, I'm assuming, because of that. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll see how we go. Should be a very interesting game. I'm just looking at all the teams that people are sharing at the moment. Timber could be fit on next game week. He could. Yeah, he probably could. He could. You could also sell. The thing is, selling any one of like Timber, Malik Chow, they all have a game next week, so you kind of need them as well. I'm assuming you don't have a free hit. FPL Gov says so quiet. I just started, I guess. Oh well, I've been here for it's only Rohan keeping me company. I think the others are trailing behind. So welcome, Gov. How are you doing? How are you doing? I wonder how many people have forgotten that we have a very early deadline compared to the usual deadlines. So it could be that a lot of people are still either not awake. Because what time is it? It's like it's 8 o'clock in the morning, right, in the UK. Oh, it's no 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I put the wrong timing. I put the wrong time. Not free hitting. I am free hitting. This is my free hit draft, as you can see. The team we had on screen was Rohan's triple captain one, and this is Rohan's other one with a bench boost. So this is Rohan's other one: Sanchez, Van Dijk, Justin, Gabriel, Eze, Bruno Fernandes, Palmer, Anderson, Semenyo, Joe Pedro Watkins, Mateta, Malik Chow, Mukiele, and Dubravka. Free hitting this one. Have you taken a -4 on this one, Rohan? Have you taken a -4 here? Maybe sell Eze or something? Um, would you go Enzo or Gomez in a free hit? I might punt on Gomez, to be honest, Patrick. I probably might punt on Gomez. I've got Gomez on my bench, but that's because I'm not starting him. But if you were to pick between, I've had Enzo so much, and I've been very annoyed with Enzo as a owner of Enzo. I probably might just take my chances with Gomez, to be honest. Give me a minute. I dropped something and I don't know where I put it. Oh well. Want to sell Eze for Rice? Oh, that's not something you should do this game week though. If you were doing it this game week, I would go for um a double game week player. Do you not have a wildcard chip, Rohan? Have you used all your wildcards for both teams? Interesting that captaincy is 50. Who is going the other? Who is on the other? What's your other captaincy? Who is this other captaincy? Is Palmer on both here? So who's not captaining either Palmer or Haaland? Who are you guys going for? I'm interested to know who this other option is. Arsenal Gotrick could be Eze, Martin, and Havertz, maybe Dauman. These will be the attackers. I don't know. We'll see. It's so hard to tell how much goal threat Arsenal will have. Obviously tomorrow we will be doing a watch along for the Arsenal game. So if anyone is interested in joining us for that, there will definitely be a watch along for that one. Man City versus Arsenal. Will be very interesting to see how that game goes. Wildcard free hit already used. That makes sense. Today's games though, I'll probably have to sleep and get up early for this one. And by the time I get up, I'll know the status of what happened between Spurs and Brighton. If Leeds don't keep a clean sheet against Wolves, rip RIP. Because I'm very dependent on Leeds kind of keeping a clean at minimum. And hopefully Jadon Bogle getting an attack in return, if possible. I don't have any Leeds attackers apart from that. Uh, Muhin, welcome. How are you doing? Will, welcome. How are you doing? And Hamid Khan, welcome as well. How are you doing? Turkey Ogwehi. This is assuming do you already have O'Reilly as well? Or are you deciding between going triple city attack or having one city defender and double city attack, Hamid? Because if you don't have any city defense, I probably might go Guehi in that specific situation. I would still want to have one city defender. What chip are you on? I'm on a free hit. Free hit. Um, Haaland captaincy against Arsenal is a risk. Well, the Haaland captaincy is mainly against Burnley more than anything, to be honest. The Arsenal game is you take whatever, probably a 2-pointer, right? The way Haaland is playing, it's most likely a 2-pointer. The way Haaland is playing, it might be a 2-pointer in both games as well, which is pretty sad. But I don't know, like the guy is just dropped off. I mean, if he wants to win his golden boot, he better start scoring because Thiago is only 2 goals behind, to be honest. I don't even know what to expect from Haaland at this point. The thing is, I can go Palmer, but even Palmer doesn't fill me with confident, to be honest. I don't know. I honestly don't know, to be honest, what to do. Kinda uncertain. It's more the Burnley game for Haaland. My free hit team is Darlow, Van Heck, Senesi, Truford, Strike. So there's a back four there with double Leeds, one Brighton, double Bournemouth, Semenyo, Palmer, and Tavernier and Okafor. So it's a 4-4. Oh, and Doku as well. And Haaland up front. So it's a 4-5-1 formation. Semenyo, Palmer, Tavernier, Okafor, Doku, Haaland. I don't mind it. Not against it. I think that's fine as well, to be honest. The only one you're missing is Joe Pedro, which is also not given his form as well recently. I can't make a compelling argument as to why you should necessarily have Joe Pedro based off his last 3 games. Although this is one reason as to why, but then again, I don't think United are going touch wood, Manchester United don't concede 4. DCL or Welbeck? DCL will probably play 90 minutes in both games. But Welbeck, I would say, is the slightly better striker. However, having said that, Welbeck's minutes, when it comes to games very close to each other, are not great, generally speaking. He doesn't really have good minutes when it's like games are too close and not spaced off well. So that is something that is a kind of a worry. But he is definitely a better attacker than TCL. If this is for a free hit, I probably still might lean towards Welbeck, but I can see the case for DCL, but because of the 90 minutes in both games, most likely. And potentially penalties. Is DCL on pens? Or is someone else on pens? Tendai, welcome. How are you doing? O'Reilly or Guehi now? I have gone to O'Reilly. Just have to go to O'Reilly. Like if he's available, kind of have to go. Now we don't know if he's going to be playing both games. That's obviously a calculated risk that we kind of have to take, right? He could play one game, that is I'm well aware, but the upside is so high there. Like there's too much upside to not go O'Reilly at the moment. At least that's how I feel like. That's why I've gone for him. It's just like the upside is too high. What if O'Reilly gets only one game due to his injury pick? That's the thing. We don't know. That's the only issue. That is a calculated risk that I'm willing to take as things stand. But yeah, it's hard to tell. These are the goal scoring odds for this week. Forest have jumped up quite a bit. Actually, Chelsea have also jumped up in terms of their numbers. They're like 1.6 something. It's gone to 1.78. Leeds have gone up. Have Leeds gone up? I don't know. Chelsea have gone up. Brighton have gone up. Newcastle and Liverpool have gone down apparently. I think the Liverpool might have gone down because of the Ekitike injury. Potentially. Are you not tempted by Hinchelwood and free hit? I don't mind Hinchelwood as well. I guess the question is, this is where I'm not sure what Brighton midfielder to start. It's not the pick in the Brighton midfielder. It's the which one to start. Like I have Gomez on the bench. Like on a free hit, the bench doesn't really matter. The thing is like, do I play Hinchelwood over Pascal Gross? I guess that is the question. I think I might bring in Guehi then, as he's likely to play the double. Fair. I don't mind that. The thing is like, yeah. So do I go Hinchelwood or Pascal Gross? It's the question is like, who is going to start over Pascal Gross from the Brighton midfield if I was to pick one? And that is where I'm like, not sure how to pick it. So Hinchelwood, 3-5-3-2-5-6. XG numbers are, I mean, they've been pretty decent. Pascal Gross, obviously, I know he got the assist last week. 6-2-8-2-5. What's Pascal Gross's defensive contributions? 9, 6, 18, 6, 10, 2, 7. I mean, he's capable of sometimes getting DEFCON. You might get DEFCON Pascal Gross. The reason is, yeah, I guess Pascal Gross does have the advantage of DEFCON. Hinchelwood doesn't have that. Does he though? 9, 2, yeah, no. Hinchelwood is much higher ceiling but lower flow. Yeah, that's because he plays the number 10, right? That's the thing. Because he's playing the number 10, he has the higher ceiling. Like even if I was to go form, obviously FIFA is up here for form because of the recent scoring. Ayari's minutes are a bit of a concern. Gomez is the one that I think people might eventually go. He's most likely the one capable of getting you like a 10-pointer across the 2 games. Potentially. I mean, if he gets something like this, people will be enjoying a return like this 10 and 9 in one game, but we don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go for he does, and his underlying data looks very good recently. Who is this? Is this Gomez or is this Hinchelwood? Who are we talking about? But yeah, you know what? I've just gone rolling back the days of Pascal Gross. You know, I am ready. I am waiting. I'm gonna roll back the whole Pascal Gross scores a goal, gets ruled out unfairly. You know, if anyone remembers, like a couple of seasons ago when you won Pascal Gross, and the goal was not ruled. The goal was not given to Pascal Gross when it should have been given to Pascal Gross. I think. I am ready for all of that for this week, and I own Pascal Gross then as well. So I am looking forward to maybe him putting a performance this week. But we'll see. We will see. Is he capable of a double digit? I mean, he's got one against Everton. Just takes him to score 1 goal. That's the only thing. The thing is, he's playing a bit more deeper, obviously. But yeah, I agree. Hinchelwood is definitely a very attractive option as well. Let's see. How's Hinchelwood's minutes? His minutes have been pretty decent as well, right? 74, 82, 87, 68, 90, 90, 90. Obviously, before that, he wasn't playing much. Minutes are not too bad as well, to be honest, from Hinchelwood. Hard to tell. There's definitely going to be goals. Like, they will score goals against both Chelsea and Spurs. I just don't know which team to pick. I'm trying to get. Do we know if anyone knows who takes set pieces for Brighton? Like corners and free kicks and everything. I know Danny Welbeck takes some level of free kicks when he's on the pitch. Who takes their corners? What doing Gordon to Scott with 1 free transfer on a bench was this week? Yeah, I probably might do it. Is this you playing your free hit in 34 MK? Are you playing free hit in 34? I might do it potentially. He stopped for all mids non-penalty XGI over the last 7 game weeks. Oh, well, we can have a look, can we? Where are we? We're looking for midfielders. Midfielders last 6 game weeks. Buckules, welcome. Morning. I have Mitoma and 2 free transfers. Should I make a transfer to get a new Brighton player? New Brighton player. You could if you really wanted to, like a Pascal Gross, but I won't be surprised if Mitoma starts as well. Like Minte wasn't really that great, right? In the game against Burnley, Minte wasn't great, so I won't be surprised if Mitoma starts over Minte this week. Not gonna lie. And MK says free hit 34. Yep. Yeah, I don't mind if you want to get Scott in MK over Anthony Gordon. Don't mind that at all. But yeah, I won't be surprised if Mitoma starts over Minte, to be honest. Will not be surprised on that. So XGI, this is last 6 game weeks. Yeah, here's a man, Hinchelwood. 3.22 versus Anthony Gordon, obviously. But this might involve pens as well, which is why they're up. Do I have an XGI non-pen? I have XG non-pen. Anthony Gordon obviously up 2.45. So Hinchelwood he has a lot of XA and XG. Interesting. Yeah. So chances created, he's got 8 chances created, 2 big chances in total. Goal attempts, Tavernier, Bruno. Man, the Bruno Fernandes is the one that worries me the most. Out of all the players this week, not owning Bruno Fernandes is what worries me the most. Because this guy could double digit this week. And that would be advantage everyone who played wildcard in Game Week 32. And all it takes is just one goal for him to double digit. To transfer out Mitoma, says Burkills. If you were to transfer out Mitoma, again, it would be one of what we're discussing right now in terms of Hinchelwood. Either Hinchelwood, Diego Gomez, or Pascal Gross. It'll be one of the 3 that I would look at. Picking one. I don't know how to pick one. That's the only issue. Depends on whether you want minutes or do you want to punt on an attack in return. It's a slightly tough one. You could transfer Mitoma, but I don't also like I think Mitoma will start at least one of them out of the 2. I guess you're looking for someone who start both. In that case, maybe Gomez or Hinchel would have better options if you want more of the attacking side. Boots on the table. Dan, welcome. How are you doing? I think our captain O'Reilly or Semenyo. Ooh. The thing with O'Reilly is I don't know if he's ready to play in 2 games. I don't know. He might play 2 games. If he plays 2 games, he's a really good option as a captaincy. It's just that I don't know whether he's going to play 2 games. Semenyo. I don't know. With Semenyo, I feel like you owning him alone is probably enough. You could captain him. His form has kind of slightly dipped recently in terms of returns, but it's still very attacking. Just the numbers have slightly reduced. But I don't mind if you really wanted to captain Semenyo as well. He'll play more minutes than Cherky, that's for sure. Or Riley's a bit more, I don't know, because he's coming back from injury. If he wasn't injured, I would have probably been like, yeah, go ahead, Captain O'Reilly. Can you take a look at my wildcards as well? Yes, I can. Send it over. Tin, welcome. How are you doing? I've got the team. Here you go. This is Will's team. Who are you captaining? I've got 8 on Haaland at the moment. This is my free hit draft. All right, this is Will's wildcard draft. So we've got Darlow. Oh, this is too sided to be. So we've got Darlow, Hill, Senesi, Bijol, O'Reilly, Tavernier, Palmer, Semenyo, Calvert-Lewin, Joe Pedro, Haaland, Enzo, Gabriel, Bruno, Rea. Will, one thing to be slightly careful about is I saw some rumors about Roden potentially, maybe, might, I don't know. Like, let me see. There were rumors circulating that maybe Joe Roden could be available sooner than expected. Um, so I would be a slightly be careful with like Bijol, maybe. I'm just wondering. So if Joe Roden becomes available, I'm assuming that means Justin probably loses his place, right? I'm guessing Justin will lose his place more than Joe Bijol. Let's have a look. I want to have this is the thing. I haven't seen enough of leads to be able to comment on this. So what's Bijol's minutes? So 90, 90, 96, 3, 45, 90. Okay. The one thing to be careful is if Joe Roden is back. Yeah, so Justin kind of looks like he kind of keeps his place. That's the only thing you might want to be careful about. If Roden is back earlier than kind of expected, you might be in a situation where game week, bench boost 35, he might not necessarily be an option. So if you can go to strike instead, that might be slightly better. And having said the bench boost 35, if you are indeed on bench boost 35, do you really want Enzo Fernandez on your bench if you're 35? I guess that's the other question that I have for you. Like, do you really want Enzo Fernandez? Like, if he's not going to play this week, what's the reason for having Enzo? I can't afford strike. Oh, rip. I see. Maybe you can free that from Enzo potentially. I don't know. Well, what's the reason for having Enzo Fernandez this week if you're not going to play him? He was seen in training only a couple of days after the Chelsea game. Don't think it's too serious. Pretty sure City will beat Arsenal tomorrow. So then City back in title race. So I think he starts both. This is with O'Reilly, right? Yeah, I don't mind if you want to captain O'Reilly. Definitely a very good differential. Uh, Definitely a very good differential. Who else would you have instead for 35 bench? Part of me would have told a Crystal Palace player, but that is purely because of the preparation for game week 36 more than anything. Might might sound crazy. Nah, minutes is too risky. Can't trust. Minutes might be a bit too risky. Xhaka though? Xhaka maybe? Is that too much? Xhaka against Wolves? Would that be an option? Xhaka against Wolves? Other option was get Sai in Palace early, but I don't like Bournemouth away. But I have free transfers to buy Palace guys in 36. Fair enough. Would you go Xhaka maybe against Wolves? Lefe? I was thinking Lefe as well. Do we know why he got benched in these two games? Anyone knows why he got benched? If you had to choose O'Reilly or Semenyo, Cap, between O'Reilly and Semenyo, because of the uncertainty on whether I think he'll start twice or not, I will probably end up with Semenyo. But otherwise, if you think he's going to start both games, then I'll go O'Reilly. But because I don't know, I will probably lean towards Semenyo. But yeah. Russell, where were you before the Leeds United game? Are we talking about? We're not talking about that game. We don't talk about anything. That result could have kept us up. That is true. That result could have probably kept you guys up and probably sent Spurs into even further doom. I think it was injury. Let me have a look if I can find out. Enzo Lefe. Enzo Lefe. Can't seem to find any info. Hi chat, I sent you my Barcelona Rice team and my Arsenal number one team as well. I bring it up. Okay, so I've looking on Twitter. People are saying he's kind of nailed. Enzo Lefe. So I think you can go Enzo Lefe. Will, I know Zoff was interested. Yes, I'm looking at Zoff's exact tweet, and I'm looking at the Sunderland fans that replied to him under the tweet. And the Sunderland fans who have replied to him under that tweet say he's nailed. So I think you can go there if you wanted. You can probably try that one. That might be an option as well, to be honest. And I think that should also give you money to go to strike, shouldn't it? That'll give you a lot more money to go strike if you wanted to as well. Upgrade in Bichol. If I'm not mistaken. It wouldn't? Oh, it would? Oh, it would. Yeah, there you go. There. Yeah, so you should have that should help you a bit more. I think that might be a better option potentially. All right. Let me load Tigers team, which is his Basmati Rice and Arsenal number one team. Coventry City are back in the Premier League. Russell, so how are you getting on in FPL? Oh, well, I'm at 700k right now. I am taking a free hit. I've taken a few punts in terms of FPL. I'm hoping that the punts will pay off and that this is a draft at the moment, free hit draft. Hoping that this will at least be able to get me. So right now, there's like an 80-point gap between me and top 100k. If I can get that to under 50 this week, that would be insane. But that's like a 30-point swing. That's going to require a lot. But if I can get that to under 50 with some of the differentials I've gone for, amazing. That'll be amazing. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously. I'm a bit of a role going on relationships from now on. Ooh. Quite like Enzo this week with Man United injuries, but yeah, Lefe might be a better. Yeah, I mean, if you're starting Enzo, it's a different story. If you're not starting Enzo, then there's no point in having him. That's kind of my feeling towards it, right? If you're starting him, okay, different story. If you're not going to start him, then there's no point in he sitting on your bench, right? That's kind of why I was like, okay. All right, this is Tigers Basmati Rice team, which is Petrovic, Williams, Van Heck, Senesi, Semenyo, Weaver, Rogers, Rayan, Calvert-Lewin, Thiago, and Joe Pedro, Bruno, Gabriel, Malik Chow, and Rufus on the bench. Can't really blame it too much. Maybe you could make a case to start Bruno Fernandes over Morgan Rogers as well, but it's the Sunderland game, so maybe you probably skip Morgan Rogers. And then this is his other team. Darlow, Van Heck, Hill, Bijol, Guehi, Palmer, Weaver. This looks like a wildcard has been played on this team. Did you play a wildcard on this team? Tiger? Scott, Semenyo, Weaver, Palmer, Krupi, Haaland, Verbruggen, Joe Pedro, Gabriel Fernandez. Is this a bench boost or is this a wildcard? What have you done on this team? Tiger. You tempted by Palmer captain this week? No. If Palmer had a slightly better second fixture, I might have been tempted. The thing is, like, Haaland has that Burnley fixture. Kind of too hard to pass up on that Burnley fixture. That's the only thing. That's why I'm not like fully tempted by. I have thought about it slightly. Thought about Palmer captaincy, but then at the same time, I want Man United to win. So my bias might be putting me against Palmer. Like, I want United to win, and therefore that would mean that Palmer shouldn't do too much against Manchester United as well. But then it's also Brighton, which is not necessarily an easy fixture as well. So I don't know. I wouldn't stop anyone against Palmer though. Played a wildcard. I didn't want Haaland, but I joined the rest. So you played a wildcard this week. Okay. Then I guess the question to you is, if I guess same thing with Bijol. This is the same thing I mentioned to Will. In terms of Bijol versus Strike instead, maybe for Leeds. I don't know. Like, be careful of Bijol's minutes. If Roden does come back, I probably might go Strike instead. And then I guess the other question to you is, if you're not starting Joe Pedro, and the same thing with Verbruggen as well. If you're not starting Verbruggen and Joe Pedro, there is really no reason to be having these guys on your bench. I would rather get players that you would want for like game week 35. If you're bench boosting in game week 35, get a player who's slightly better for the bench boosting game week 35. Brighton, who does Brighton have in game week 35? Brighton have Newcastle, which maybe might be okay. I don't know. But yeah, that's something to maybe consider. Same thing with Joe Pedro. If you're not going to have him, maybe you could look into getting a better game week 35 player, potentially. I would have agreed if not for the injury crisis as well. Yeah. I think Chelsea. Here's the thing, Chelsea have been very poor and they haven't won a game in the Premier League for quite some time at Stamford Bridge as well. But then that was the same thing with Leeds as well when they were playing United. I won't be surprised by a 2-2 draw or something, to be honest. I won't be surprised if it's like a 2-2 draw. But yeah, I think Chelsea are the ones with the edge at the moment. Palmer is playing against a team beaten up by the mighty Leeds. Calm down, Russell. We were almost very close to equalizing with 10 men, if not for a Calvert-Lewin clearance off the line. All the central defenders injured. I think that's true. That is true. They do have injury. We do have injuries, but will Chelsea run wild? I don't know, to be honest. We do have Kobe Mino coming back. That is a massive plus because that helps our midfield. We had no midfield against Leeds. Like, Ugarte is basically a non-existent player. So we've not won a game with Ugarte starting. Oh no, I think United have won only one game with Ugarte starting. So Casemiro and Mino is definitely a massive improvement in the midfield. Already done. My team looked into the future. Chelsea needs to get into Champions League. Shall I play Joe Pedro? You can play Joe Pedro this week. If you wanted to over maybe a Weaver or Krupi Jr., one of the two. And in that case, if that's going to be the case, then maybe you can look to maybe move your playing Joe Pedro over Krupi or over Weaver. Then you can probably change one of them to have a better Game Week 35 bench boost player. Unless you don't have your bench boost anymore. But yeah, I think it's very likely that Chelsea should have the advantage. They're at home. United have a horrible record at Stamford Bridge. Um, our record against at Stamford, our record against Stamford Bridge is pretty bad, to be honest. Counter Russell, counter Russell. That made me laugh indeed. To be fair, we were one Calvert-Lewin clearance off the line away from equalizing. The funny part is United played better with 10 men than we did with 11, which was even more crazy. But I wonder what's the odds for a red card for a Manchester United player this week uh, against Chelsea. You know, the referee will find something. Maybe someone might accidentally touch Cucurella's hair and instant red card. Need to find out. I wonder what the odds are going to be. There's definitely going to be some referee in question mark in this game. We've had 2 games now in a row where we've been kind of screwed over with refs. I've got bench boost and free hit. Okay, so if you're playing Joe Pedro, I would look to maybe the player I would look to maybe first sell Verbruggen for someone better as a player you would want for the rest of the weeks, unless you're going to start Verbruggen, which I don't know if you would. So play Joe Pedro or Weaver. Yeah, one of the two maybe. Yeah, you're as bitter as a lemon right now. I am very indeed. Not against Leeds though. I'm more bitter against the refs than I'm against Leeds. I'm so annoyed with the refs because we've been screwed 2 games at the moment. Play JP over Weaver. Yeah. So if you're playing JP over Weaver, you can look to maybe sell Weaver and get even a Sunderland player, for example, and for your bench boosting game week 35 Tiger, which means Verbruggen also I probably might sell because there's no point having a keeper who's not playing. Muhin, welcome. Guess 2 players, 1 to haul, 1 to blank this game week. 1 to haul and 1 to blank. Do they have to be a double game week player? I'm guessing you'd want them to be a double game week player, right? 1 to haul and 1 to blank. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Turkey hauls. Fingers crossed. Turkey hauls. Blank. Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin blank. I'm not selling FIFA, just got him into my team. Who do you want to sell though? It's the question. We had loads of ref screw us over recently. It was nice to get something one go away for once. Fair. Generally, I had a look at like I think the PGMOL they tweeted that they like 6 referees have been selected for the World Cup. I was like, that's 6 too many referees been selected from England to go to the World Cup. I don't know how even a single referee got selected to go to the World Cup. Almost all of them have been pretty bad. Will says, I gotta go. Good luck this game week. Best of luck for your wild card. Will, best of luck. Would love DCL blank. Yes, I would love a DCL blank as well. Russell, do you think this year will blank? I've gone and got Jaden Bogle. Well, okay, Russell, I need your Leeds expertise in this situation for the double game week. I've gone and got Darlow and Jaden Bogle for my free hit. I've got Jaden Bogle over the likes of Strike and Bijol mainly because of the chasing more attacking upside from Jaden Bogle. I don't have Calvert-Lewin. I also don't think he's necessarily a clinical striker. So I'm happy to go with these 2 instead. But what do you think? Because there are obviously people in the chat here who are looking at Leeds players as well. The only player I will sell is Haaland, says Tiger. Oh, then then just start JP over Weaver. Start JP over Weaver. Would I start JP over Weaver? Yeah, maybe I might start JP over Weaver potentially. He'll still get you points though. I'm going to tell you right now, Weaver will get you at least DEFCON and appearance points for sure. So kind of on you. You decide. You decide, Tiger. What do you feel like? Because this is the end of the day, wildcard, your choice. What do you feel like? Because I won't be surprised if Joe Pedro also blanks. Would not be surprised. Luca, welcome. Bench was active. Gabriel's price just dropped to 7.1. Yes, indeed. I have point 0.3 in the bank and 4 free transfers, and I can just about afford him in Game Week 35. Should I sell Gabriel to Hill or just keep him? I have 13 double game week players already. How many free transfers you said? You have 4 free transfers. So you do have the luxury of free transfers. Yeah, I think you can sell if you really wanted to. If you can buy him back again, I don't mind. I think you can sell for Hill. You might get some extra points this week. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Since you have a lot of free transfers, you're in a comfortable position to do it. Yes. I'm thinking wafer, but who knows? Hmm. It's a close call. I sent it to Mrs. Team. Okay, I'll bring that up as well. She also played the wild card. All right, this is the Mrs. Team. Fabrigan, O'Reilly, Senesi, Guehi, Van Heck, Semenyo, Scott Palmer, Thiago Krupi, Joe Pedro, Bruno, Gabriel, Gordon, Dalo. I might potentially start Dalo over Fabrigan. Potentially Dalo over Fabrigan because Dalo has the Wolves game. So ideally, Leeds should maybe keep a clean sheet against Wolves. That's the only change I might make in this, but the rest looks good, I'd say. Thiago, yeah, fair enough. Not gonna go against Thiago. But if you're Thiago versus Fulham, I mean, he's chasing Golden Boot. Can't blame it too much, to be honest. Still would love to have Haaland, but Haaland form hasn't been that great. Can see why. In terms of captaincy, I would probably lean towards Palmer captaincy over Joe Pedro captaincy, personally, or even O'Reilly if you really, really wanted to punt on a City player. Bogle is basically a wing as we don't play winger on the right. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I went strike instead of him, so great choice as Bogle will be more attacking, DCL on pins, and good fixtures, and I'm expecting points, says Russell. Yeah. All right, so I'm happy with my Jaden Bogle pick then. Because I am point chasing. Got Andy's team as well. I don't know if Andy's in the chat, but this is his team. When he comes up, I'll have a look. But yeah, Hill, Bijol, Guehi, Senesi, Darlow, Scott, Palmer, Semenyo, Haaland, JP, and Calvert-Lewin, Van Heck, Pascal Gross, Enzo, and Webbruggen. Bench doesn't really matter. This is the starting lineup. Brentford normally beat Fulham. Yeah, fair, fair. And Thiago is chasing for Golden Boot. So I can't really complain about this one. Anthony Gordon. What's Newcastle's fixtures like? Brighton, Forest, West Ham, Fulham. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Anthony Gordon. Could be okay. Game week 35 against Brighton. Yeah, not the worst set of fixture to have for a bench boost. Yeah, I think it looks okay. The only thing I would change is probably the captaincy and maybe start Darlow over Verbruggen. I think that's the only thing, mainly speaking. Because you don't have any Leeds defenders anyways in this team, and I'd like to at least have one Leeds defender playing for the team. Because if Brighton lose a clean sheet, or if Brighton lose the clean sheet in both games, then both Verbruggen and Van Heck both get affected rather than one getting affected. So it's more of a what is the term? It's basically hedging to an effect. We're playing free hit next game week. Yes, if you wildcarded this game week, you're most likely free hitting next week. I went strike for Defcons and got them against Man United. Then FPL took 2 Defcons off him, so he went back to 9. Oh, really? Oh, that means Opta must have updated its stats. I will make a free hit draft next week because there will be people on free hit. I'll definitely make one. Do-do-do-do. All right. Now, what I kind of want to know, how's the poll looking like for captaincy? Because I wanted to change the poll. Okay, Haaland looks kind of the top captaincy option. I wanted to change the poll to see how many people are on a wild card and what their bench is looking like. Um, Actually, no. I'll just see how many double game. I just want to know how many people, how many less than 11, 11, 12 to 13, and then 15, 14 to 15 mark. Okay. I will do this. This is what I wanted to know. How many double game week players everyone has. I would laugh out loud if you lose to Wolves. If you lose to Wolves, I won't know what I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. By the way, people, if you're wildcarding this week, your bench does not count for double game week players. Please keep that in mind. If you're wildcarding this week, your bench does not count for double game week. That means you have 11 double game week players. I should have mentioned how many double game week players do you have starting. I can't edit the poll as well. Anyways, it is what it is. I just want to know how many double game weekers I'm competing against. So we'll be interested to see. Because I have 11 at the moment. Actually, no. Oh, yeah, 11. I mean, the captaincy is an extra, but let's not consider that. But yeah. I could go to 15 double game weekers, but what would mean selling Bruno to Enzo? Nah, I would not do that. I I I won't be surprised if Bruno can easily outscore Enzo, to be honest. So yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. I just keep him. You know. All right. Now, what are the games? Should we do some score predictions just to have a look at how everyone is doing? I don't know. I'm tempted by that plus Palmer captain. Palmer captain, I don't mind if you wanted to try that. The Enzo Fernandez, I'm like, I mean, okay. I don't know. Like, it's a 50-50 for me. You could if you wanted to, but I still think Bruno Fernandez is a way better player. Plus, like, you would want Bruno Fernandez back in your team, right? So you have to consider the value loss that you'll have by, selling and buying Bruno back as well. That's the other thing. G says, "Can you look at my team? 39 in the mini league. Let's go." Rolling transfers with bench boost active. What you go and get Esteve in the team? I guess there's no point in selling Esteve now. But I don't know what interesting that you went and got Esteve. Rolling transfers is bench boost active. Yeah, okay. Fair, fair, fair. Did you want to maybe sell Esteve or what's the plan? Gee. And how many transfers do you have? That's the other question. I got no money. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Probably could have gone Bijol then in that case. Esteve is the only cheap double game we play. But Leeds have Bijol at 3.9 as well. Could have probably gone there, to be honest. Too late now. Too late now. Actually, you can still go there, but yeah, maybe not worth it. Roll the transfer instead, to be honest. Yeah, just roll the transfer. I have left 1 million in the bank to cover that scenario with Bruno. But we're running out of game weeks, so it is definitely a decision. If you're chasing rank and all of that, maybe something worth considering because we are definitely running out of game weeks. Also, please, people, make sure that if you've actually played your free hit chip, if you've made multiple transfers and you're playing a chip, make sure your chip is active. Last thing you want is taking like a -20, -30, -40 or something. So please make sure that if you guys have played a free hit or a wildcard this week, that your chip is active. That is something to please keep in mind because that definitely people will forget. Strike was my first choice before buying SDF. I can see why for the DEFCON. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Now it's can't do much now, but yeah, I would roll the transfer. I think you'd benefit from having two, maybe three, two, no, three free transfers in Game Week 35. Yeah. All right. Because you're on a free hit. Oh no, Russell, you're on a free hit 34, aren't you, Russell? All right. Thanks, Ryan says she. No worries. You're welcome. You are welcome. All right. We have 1 hour more before the deadline. I think I'm kind of set on this free hit draft, to be honest. Can't really see myself changing it too much. Yeah. I think I'm kind of happy with this one. Mm. Bench boosting this week with 14 players and free hit next week. I have 2 free transfers. We're also trying to figure out, do I really go this week or roll the transfer? The thing is, Bruno Fernandes, because it's Bruno Fernandes, he's very well capable of getting you like a 10-pointer this week. Like he just needs one goal, right? One goal, and then you end up with like 2 or 3 bonus points with him. Assuming United win, that is. But even if they don't win, he could get at least 1 or 2 bonus points if they don't win. I don't mind if you wanted to take it as like a aggressive in terms of going Enzo. Not against it. You could also try a Brighton player, Russell, potentially. Although, are you filled up with the Brighton slots? I'm not sure. All right, I'm closing Rohan's. All right. Fernandez to get penalties. There's Tiger. Probably. But very unlikely. If anything, Palmer might get a penalty for some random as refereeing decision. I'm still annoyed. K7, welcome. How are you doing? Good day, good day. 5 o'clock in the morning though, this game. This better be a worth watching getting up at 5 o'clock. This better be worth getting up at 5 o'clock. How are you doing, K7? What's the chip play for today? Are you on bench boost, free hit? You wildcarded last week, did you? If I'm not mistaken. But Enzo could have two chances to get one goal. That's my main decision with the what captain this week. Yeah, I'm already have three Brighton. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to go, I don't mind it. I'm not against it, to be honest. As long as you have the money to buy Bruno Fernandes back in 35. Or 36 even, to be honest. Because 35 is against Liverpool. What's your team looking like? Who, my team? This is my team. Or are you talking about Russell? You can bring Russell's team up if you want to. Also, just letting everyone know, we will be doing a watch along for Manchester City versus Arsenal. So if y'all are awake, please do come get involved in the chat as well. I'm free, bro. Remember our wildcard game in 24. Yes. So, K7, how's the free hit draft looking like? Are you playing a back four or a back three? What's your team? This is my team on screen. Tiger. I'm gonna watch that with you tomorrow. I'll set a reminder. Yes. Come get involved. Maybe I might have Ion with me as well. I don't know. I'll have to see because it's 1:30 in the morning, so I'm not expecting any of my co-hosts to be available because it's so early in the morning. But yeah, but I will be doing one. What made you pick Pascal Gross? 90-minute player. That's that's the main reason, to be honest. The fact that he plays 90 minutes. That's the main reason. And also DEFCONs. 90 minutes plus he does get you DEFCON or gets very close to getting DEFCON sometimes. 9, 6, 18, 6. I mean, sometimes he can get DEFCON. So that's kind of the reasoning. 3-4-3. Okay. I'm assuming there's a Calvert Lewin / Danny Welbeck, one of them as a third striker. Do you think O'Reilly plays both games? If Pep says it's fine, I think he should play both games, to be honest, because both games are going to be important at the end of the day for City in this title race. So I think he'll play both games. I won't be surprised if maybe the second game he doesn't play the full 90. Maybe he plays like 60 or 70 minutes because there's a FA Cup after that, right? So maybe he doesn't play a full 90. Gross has been average of late. Yeah, but like it only takes like one assist or something for this guy to get a decent return in one game. Like an 8-pointer against Sunderland. So as long as he can get me DEFCON and one attack in return, I think I'll be happy. Thing is, the minimum I'm expecting for my players especially the attacking players, is a minimum of a double digit. Like I want minimum 10 points across the two games combined. So end of the day, if I'm seeing 10 points after the game week is done, minimum from all of these players, like each one of them, then I'd be happy. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 points from the six players. If they get anything under 10 points, I'll be very disappointed. So yeah. I mean, okay, maybe I'll change it a bit. Minimum 8 points from Scott and Pascal Gross, because they are mostly of the defensive DEFCON type options. The others have to get like 10 points minimum. Gross and Scott, 8 points minimum. What strikes ownership? Is Bijol a better differential? On a oh, I wouldn't say Bijol and Strike are too much different in terms of as a differential thing. I think they accumulate very similar points. Strike's ownership right now is at 4.4. I think Bijol is owned less. Yeah, 1.8. So among free hitters, Strike will be kind of higher. Uh, Wildcarders might have Bijol too. But if you're looking for a differential, then it's probably Jaden Bogle as a differential. I think Strike will be the one who's owned the most, though, to be honest. Vifa has more points than Pascal Gross. Yes, that's because Vifa plays as a right back for Brighton. So he's more of a defensive player, Vifa, because he's playing right back. That's why he has more DEFCON. So he Vifa accumulates way more DEFCON. And obviously the fact that he scored 2 goals last week does contribute to that. But yeah, I've just gone Pascal Gross because 90 minutes can potentially get me DEFCON in both games. Might be on penalties if Danny Welbeck is not on the pitch. Because I don't know who exactly is their penalty taker if Danny Welbeck is not on the pitch. I'm assuming it's Pascal Gross. So that is another reason as well. Just sent to my current team. I think it should be in the. Yes, here we go. Got it. This is Russell's current bench boost team. Gabriel to Jaden Bogle. I have one free transfer and on bench boost. Oh, what is the plan for? I'm assuming Akram, you've already played your wild card, right? And you're playing a free hit next week, if I'm not mistaken. Gabriel to Bogle, one free transfer. I don't know if with one free transfer, I don't know if I would do it. I mean, you probably could, because game week 35, you'll have Burnley as well, which is not too bad. I don't mind if you wanted to try it out. Yeah, I don't mind it. We're running out of game weeks as well. Depends on what you want from your rank. Are you chasing rank? If you're chasing rank, I don't really mind it too much. Who to bring in for Gordon, Enzo, or any Bournemouth mid? Already have Gross, Tavernier, Semenyo. Yeah, Pascal Gross, Tavernier, and Semenyo. I'm assuming you also have Palmer as well on top of that. Do you have Palmer as well? I opted for Enzo instead of Kukurea as my third choice for Chelsea. Fair, I don't mind that. I mean, to be honest, my bench doesn't really matter because I've gone with a 4-4-2 formation. So Enzo would have to start over Pascal Gross, and I've owned Enzo, and because I've owned Enzo, I've been annoyed with him. So that's probably my reason for not going for Enzo. I've had Enzo, and he's been annoying to own. That's why. Otherwise, if I had not owned Enzo at all, I might have maybe had a slightly different view on him. But yeah, so my view is kind of tainted. Oh, there's a bias towards my view. I'm pretty anti-bias, if anything. No money for Palmer. Uh, mm, yeah, then if you really wanted to go Enzo, I don't mind. Could also go Neto from Chelsea as well. That's not a bad situation as well. To be honest, Neto is also not too bad. Um, Otherwise, Lex Scott from Bournemouth is also not too bad. If you really wanted to try that. Did you play a wildcard chip? No, wildcard chip for me is in game week 35. Enzo or Scott? Neto is frustrating, don't? Fair. Then I don't mind Scott personally. I'd prefer Scott. But since you don't have Palmer, I think Enzo might make the most sense than Scott. But yeah, I like Scott a bit more. But yeah. Who do you prefer more though? Because at the end of the day, you have to, it's depending on who you prefer the most. I've been frustrated with Enzo, which I think generally all the Chelsea players are frustrating to own, to be honest, not gonna lie. Is this a free hit question as well, Sora? Or is this on a wild card? Are you on like a wild card decision? Casper, welcome. Can you give me some suggestions? Should I transfer in and bench boost or free hit this game week? 167. 167. Let's have a look. How come you said to play wildcard in game week 38, 33? Oh, for your team? Because you would be in a situation where come game week 34, you might not have 11 players as well. Like for me, my team, I have 11 players when I come game week 34. So I don't have to take hits to field 11 in 34. Add to that, I had the free hit as well. And also because, yeah, it's mainly because I could play 11 in 34 without having to take a hit or taking 2 hits and all. That's why. I did wildcard last week. Okay. So ideally, the player you own, you also want. Would you want to own them going forward? Bournemouth assets you might not necessarily want going forward as well. Chelsea as well the same. I probably lean towards Enzo then, since you don't. I prefer Enzo. He will be back at the point to prove, but I don't trust Rosnier. Fair enough. But you don't have Palmer as well. That's why. Double Bournemouth attack is better to own than double defense plus Tavernier plus double defense Tavernier plus Scott. Oh, that's actually not too bad. The only reason I've gone double Bournemouth defense is because I've gone Hill and Truffert. Maybe I could go Hill with Scott and Tavernier as well instead of having Truffert. That is potential a possibility as well. I haven't thought about it fully. Do I free hit? Yes. Actually, looking at this team, I would. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 players. How many free transfers do you have, Casper? Actually, let me quickly. This is easier. I generally won't do this for most people deadline stream because it might take a longer time. But because I'm not really planning transfers, I just want to have a look at your team. To see how many you have in 34. In 34, you have 2 players missing with 5 free transfers. Yes, play a free hit. Okay, play a free hit. Play a free hit. Play the free hit. Actually, what chips do you have left? Wildcard, free hit, triple captain, bench boost, wildcard. Oh, you've used your wildcard already. Actually, hold on. You've used your wildcard already, which means you have a bench boost left. You have a bench boost and a free hit left. Oh, interesting situation. I take it back. Hold on. Give me a second. You have a bench boost and a free hit left. Nah, there's too much to change in this one to play a bench boost. I would free hit. Yes. I'd free hit. You can get 11 next week, which is not an issue anyways. Yeah, I probably free hit. Free hit this week. We'll see whether we can get you a bench boost in 35 or 36. How many chips do you have left? After this, I'll have only my bench boost, and wildcard. This is my first FPL season. Fair enough. Well, you're learning a lot of lessons. So yeah, I think I've free hit this week, and then we will see where 35 or 36, because you have a lot of free transfers. 35 or 36 can potentially play a bench boost. What's your wildcard 35 looking like? I have not thought about it, to be honest. Definitely not thought about it. I haven't considered. I probably on a wildcard 35, I'd have. I'll definitely have triple on. I'll probably have double Crystal Palace, triple City. So I'll have triple City. Probably the same three City players you're seeing, or Semenyo instead of Cherky, depending on my rank. Bruno Fernandes, Gabriel. I'll have Henderson and one other Crystal Palace player. I don't know. I haven't fully thought about it. It might all depend on like the next two game weeks who performs. I have to think about it a bit more. I haven't given it much thought, to be honest. It also depends on my rank come game week 35, because that'll decide how risky I play for like the final 4 game weeks basically. Are you on a free hit this week? Yes, I am on a free hit this week. Is Haaland crucial this game week? I definitely want Semenyo and Cherky and maybe a defender, and Haaland just Haaland. You never know. That's the thing. Just because Haaland is just Haaland, I just have him, to be honest. Because everyone's going to, almost a lot of people are going to captain him this game week. So you just have him. There's no point in not having him kind of situation. He's just there for to protect your rank from being destroyed if he happens to go off. That's kind of the reason for owning him. Thanks, bro. I'll do Gordon to Enzo says Sora. Yep. I need to know how to pronounce your name. Abhas Sarora. Bro, you need to tell me how I pronounce your name, because I find it very hard to pronounce that one. I feel like there's part of your name that is probably that I'm missing. Sarora, I think is the last bit. Habas Aurora. Abahas Aurora. Okay, there we go. Hopefully I have pronounced that correctly. Nathan46, welcome. Do you think Ryan or Diego Gomez? Go for Chucky. Go for Chucky. Chucky. Let's go. Should we play a free hit? Should we play our free hit next game? Big says Tiger. For your team, Tiger, I will play a free hit because your team is set up for wildcard this week. Anyone who wildcarded this week is most likely or very likely playing the free hit next week. If Haaland didn't have a double game week, he'd not been picked for captaincy. Nope, he probably wouldn't have. Yes, I agree with that. Also, thoughts on Kukurea as a free hit option? You could. Chelsea are not going to keep a clean sheet. Very unlikely to keep a clean sheet. You're mostly picking him for attacking return more than anything. He doesn't even get DEFCON. So I maybe if you really wanted to, I'm not against it fully, to be honest. If you really wanted to, yeah. If you really wanted to. I wonder what the expected points is. So this is Solio, which has interestingly crashed. Oh no. So let's say I was gonna do a free hit this week. I wonder what it'll suggest for me. wonder what free hit it tells me to do. Strike, Senesi, Bijol, Hill. Going for double Bournemouth defense in the DEFCON reasons. Turkey, Semenyo, or no City defender. Very interesting. Have Palmer, Haaland, Joe Pedro. Why no City defender? Where is Nico O'Reilly? Has he been downgraded for minutes? That might be the reason. Matthias Nunes at 8.5. Oh, O'Reilly is there, 8.2. Interesting. Got Tavernier at 8.7. Hill, Senesi, Scott is there at 8.1. Truefit is not highly owned, is he? 7.24. Does Truefit? Will you do a free hit draft for Game Week 34? Yes, I will do one. I will record one on probably Tuesday or Monday. I'll record one. Maybe I'll record one on Monday actually. What was I looking for? I was looking for Truefit. Do I go for Truefit? I guess this is where K7 said double Bournemouth attack as well. Newcastle and Leeds double Bournemouth attack. Yeah, that's also a case to be made potentially. Double Bournemouth. But then Tavernier. I don't know what to expect from Tavernier. Like he hasn't been that great, to be honest. I'd rather have double Brighton attack for some reason. O'Reilly, is he injured? Pep said he's fine. So that's kind of, so I think he should be okay. He should potentially play. What's your motivation for wildcard 35 instead of 32? Thinking back at it now, maybe I should have wildcarded in 32. Looking back at it now, because my 32 team did pretty badly. So maybe the best play for me would have been to have wildcarded in 32 instead of 35. But at the time, the only reason I decided to not wildcard in 32 was because I could get 11 players out for 34. So I didn't have to free hit in 34. So that's why I went for the wildcard 35 instead of 32. I don't know. This Tavernier doesn't really, I don't know, doesn't fill me with too much. I'm happy to kind of back against Tavernier to an extent. Truefit is the one that I'm slightly, I mean, I think I'll stick to my punt and see how it goes. Points from Truefit are not too bad, to be honest. The returns. Yeah, we'll stick to it and see. Maybe I get lucky. What's his DEFCON like? 7, 6, 11, 6, 10, 6, 11. So it doesn't get DEFCON always. But maybe I might get lucky. You never know. I'll stick to Truefit. We'll see how it goes. It's the first time I'll be playing a. Usually I don't play a back four on a free hit. This might be the first time I'm playing a back four on a free hit in potentially a very long time. Or at least in recent memory, I've never played a back four in a free hit. So we'll see how it goes. Lots of managers did a wildcard in 32. Yes, a lot did a wildcard in 32. I would bet against Joe Pedro and Tavernier on a free hit personally. Yeah, so I'm betting against Tavernier. I would have, honestly, I might have done the Joe Pedro as well. The only reason I'm not doing it is because Man United are defensively weak. Like we are most likely going to be playing Aiden Heaven and Luke Shaw at centre back with Dalot and Mazraoui as the fullbacks. And I don't think we have any other backup for defense. So that is the only reason why I'm like playing Joe Pedro. Because I want double Chelsea attack for that specific reason. Juntao, welcome. Gabriel to Hill or Roll. One free transfer already have Senesi. What is the plan in Game Week 34, Junta? Game Week 34 and Game Week 35, what are the plans? Are you using any chips? Are you bench boosting this week? That's the other question. Is that your team? This is my team, yes. Casper says, my free hit team is Darlow, Guehi, Senesi, Hill, Van Heck. Guehi, Senesi, Hill, Van Heck, Semenyo, Aronson, Scott, Palmer, Welbeck, and Haaland. Palmer, Scott, Aronson, Semenyo. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Casper has obviously gone against Joe Pedro in this situation. Guehi, Senesi, Hill, and Van Heck. Van Heck. I don't mind Van Heck, maybe. I don't know. I just don't see Brighton keeping a clean sheet. Do you see Brighton keeping a clean sheet, Casper? Chelsea have a terrible record against United, saying that as a Chelsea fan. Do they? No, but then this is at Stamford Bridge, right? At Stamford Bridge, Chelsea have a really good record. Or United have a terrible record at Stamford Bridge. At Old Trafford, it's a different story. Chelsea have a very bad record. At Stamford Bridge, it's a different story. Bench boosting this week, free hit last week, says Junta. Okay. You free hit last week. That means you need Gabriel for next week then, Juntao. Because you can't go and get Hill, right? Then how many players will you have for next week? Won't you be like, would you have 11 out for next week? Kaylee, welcome. Long time no see. Is Cole Palmer a good punt chasing rank? Yes. Good punt. Go ahead. Take. So maybe 3-5-2. Who would you add, Casper? I don't mind Van Heck. You could probably add a Brighton midfielder then instead of a Brighton defender. We won last year for the first time in 6 years at the bridge against United. Yes, that's because most of them are draws, right? But I think United have only won like 2 games or something at the bridge in like the last number of outings. So we can have a look at this. Wildcard in this week. What's the best game week for bench boost? If you're wildcard in this week, then game week 35 is probably going to be your bench boost week, assuming you free hit next week. Gomez instead of Van Dijk? Yeah, I don't mind Gomez instead of Van Dijk. Juntao is wildcarding next week. Oh. Okay, if you're wildcarding next week, then yeah. Then yes, I don't mind you doing the Gabriel to Hill. Grimsby also beat United. Yes, we all know that. At the same way, Southampton also beat Arsenal, you know? Things can happen. Don't you think? Don't you say? What do you think, Tiger? All right, this is Chelsea's record versus United at Stamford Bridge. Disagree. Let's sort it by date recently. Okay, so this is Chelsea last season 1-1-0. Oh, this is all the matches actually. Then the other one, 2024 again at Stamford Bridge, 1-4-3. Then 2022 at Stamford Bridge, draw. 2021 draw. 2021 again, draw. You have to go to 2020 when they lost at Stamford Bridge. 2019 they lost. This is the League Cup. So 2 wins for United. And yeah, 2019 United actually beat Chelsea quite comfortably. But in the league, how can I? If only I can come this thing. But yeah. Otherwise, it's a draw again. Premier League. Win. Yeah, see, generally Chelsea do pretty decently. I love Southampton. O'Reilly nailed to start. I hope so. I hope so. I have him in my team, so I hope he's nailed to start. Sorry, I walked out last week. Bench was this week. 34 free hit. Okay. That makes sense. Yes, I don't mind that as well still. But you will have to buy Gabriel back though. So this is where you need to look at your team in 35 Juntao, because you will need to buy Gabriel back probably 35, and you'll have one free transfer in game week 35. And you'll have to use it on getting Gabriel back in potentially. So are you okay with that? That is the only question I have. Turpentine says my team. Where? Did you send it, Turpentine? 'Chelsea do well at home. Yes, they do well at home. They definitely do. Uh, 5 F20 start 3 Hill Senesi Guehi strike Van Heck. I'll start Guehi. I will start Senesi. Actually, no, I'll start Guehi, Senesi and Hill. Probably start Senesi actually. Strike and Hill. I'll probably lean towards strike. Senesi, Guehi, strike, and then Hill will be my next choice. Ryan may start Kokora and bench Gross. He's been getting into attacking positions. Bench Brighton. That's where you differentiate. But Chelsea are not going to keep a clean sheet though. And I'm not playing a back 5 K7. Surely not a back 5. No way. I'd rather start Danny Welbeck and bench Pascal Gross than in that case. It's maybe think about Joe Pedro and V for now. Which one? Oh, you mean getting in or start playing Chelsea players? But no, Kokora is not going to be. I mean, he might score. Won't be surprised. He does get into very attacking positions. But they are not going to keep a clean sheet, guys. I cannot see Chelsea keeping a clean sheet. Look at this guy's record. Nah. I don't know. I don't have the guts personally. I just don't trust Chelsea's defense. To be honest, I've been looking at a lot of teams on screen, and not many people have Brighton. Like anyone who's wildcard in this week doesn't have any Brighton midfielders. So that itself is a differential at the moment. People who wildcarded last week, some of them do have Pascal Gross. But I'm already differential enough, I feel like. Like I've already got Scott over Tavernier. I've gone Truffert over Senesi. I've gone Jaden Bogle over Strike. I don't know. What do you think? I can go Danny Welbeck over Pascal Gross, but then Danny Welbeck won't play back-to-back games. That's the only annoying thing. Like if he was going to play back-to-back, then I would have been, yes, go Danny Welbeck back-to-back. I guess the only thing is like Pascal Gross is not attacking enough, right? Is he? I mean, he could get an assist. 8 points, 10 points, 8 points. This is the worst case scenario, 4 points. Panik One, welcome. How are you doing? How are things going? Maybe I go and get Hinchelwood instead. Start Okafor or Gross? Oh, this is $1 million question. Okafor or Gross? See, I could also go and get Okafor, K7. I don't have a Leeds attacker. Like, I can actually go and get Okafor as well, but I'm hoping that, when Leeds play Bournemouth, that Bournemouth's defense can keep a clean for some reason. But yeah. But I want to have a Brighton attacker against Spurs and Chelsea. Both teams, Spurs and Chelsea, are defensively very bad. I kind of want a Brighton attacker for that. So I guess that might also somewhat answer one's questions of start Okafor Gross. Honestly, I don't mind going for Okafor. He's like a very differential player. One just depends on what the rest of your midfield and attack is like. I don't know if Russell is still here. Russell is the Leeds expert, so I don't know if he's still here. Okafor is coming back from injury as well, isn't he? If I'm not mistaken. He should start. He's coming back from injury. That's the only thing to worry about. Pascal Gross, Okafor. I mean, you could get something. You could get pretty lucky with the returns. Depends on how heavily you're rank chasing. You're right. Got enough differentials. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I kind of do have decent amount of differentials already compared to the template. Mm-hmm. I guess the only other thing is like K7. I could probably, if I wanted to go differential, go Hinchelwood over Pascal Gross. That is the only other thing. Maybe I can go Hinchelwood. I don't mind that too much. But Hinchelwood won't play 90 though. He'll play about 70 odd minutes. That's the only thing. And he could very well end up with 4 points. But he has a high haul potential. And I think this is what we discussed earlier in the stream as well with who was it? I think this was with Will. We were talking about Hinchelwood. Gross has better data, bro. Yeah, that's the thing. I can probably compare player profiles. Said, welcome. How are you doing? So where are we looking at? Brighton. Hinchelwood. Bro, do I sell? Do I sell who? Mitoma for a -4. Ooh. So who are you looking to buy? Is the question. If you really wanted to, you could. I won't be surprised if he does play, but at the same time, but like I've just seen a quote that Herzler has like been saying that Minte has been playing well and he's striking up a good understanding with Kadioglu. So yeah, if you really wanted to sell Mitoma, I'm not against it. To be honest, not against it. Yeah, see, this is Minte versus Gross versus Hinchelwood. Yeah, right. K7, better data, kind of. XG, obviously, yes, makes sense, not going to be this thing. XA is kind of close. Hinchelwood, obviously, because he's more attacking. And Gross is obviously way more defensive. But BPS, Pascal Gross is way better. That's because he's playing longer as well. crossing. Through balls, chances created, big chances, 0, assist 2. Is high minutes per chance created. Interesting. Wanikwan says Donnarumma, Nunes, Hill. Wait, what is this? Wanikwan, is this your wildcard team or your free hit team? Donnarumma, Nunes, Hill, Senesi, Okafor, Enzo, Palmer, Chucky, DCL, Krupi, Junior, Welbeck. Benches, Dalo, Van Heck, Kukurek was on a free hit. Try differentials. Who to captain? If you're going differential apart from Haaland and you want to captain someone, then it's Palmer probably for captaincy. But Krupi, Junior, Welbeck, and DCL. No Joe Pedro? Chucky, that's massively differential. Chucky, Palmer, Enzo, Okafor, Senesi, Hill, Nunes, and Donnarumma. This is massively differential. Why not go maybe Mark Guehi over Donnarumma and maybe have Petrovic instead of or even have Dalo as your goalkeeper and have Guehi ahead of Hill or Senesi. I don't know. Up to you. One. That's a very, very, very differential free hit. People are bench boost with Brighton defense and attack. Yes. That is why I'm willing to go against Brighton defense. Enzo or Gross? Do you have Palmer side? Do you have Palmer? I mean, I don't mind Pascal Gross over Enzo, but I've seen a lot of people suggesting Enzo as well. The thing is, asking me about Enzo is a very bad idea. I have a bad I have not had any good luck owning Enzo this season, so I'm generally not in favor of Enzo. But others might tell you to go Enzo. So it depends on who you prefer the most. Joe Pedro or Semenyo for captain. This is if you didn't have Haaland. If you didn't have Haaland, I hope you have Palmer, and I probably would put it on Palmer in that case. Turpentine's goalkeeper is Verbruggen. Defender is this is a wildcard team, I think. Last week's wildcard team. Bench boost this week. Van Heck, O'Reilly, Gabriel, midfield. Midfield is Bruno, Pascal, Gross, Copama, Semenyo, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Haaland, Joao Pedro, Darlow, Tavernier, defenders, Hill, and Justin. Yep, fair enough. Don't think you need to make any changes necessarily. I guess if you wanted to, Gabriel is a decision you can make on what to do. Pedro Neto or Enzo? Pedro Neto or Enzo? Pedro Neto probably on the left, right for Chelsea against Mazraoui. But I'll also have Aiden Heaven on that side, who I think is better than Lenny Yoro defensively, at least in terms of a unit. I probably lean towards Enzo. Here's the thing though with Enzo. Do we think Enzo is going to start straight away? Do we all think Enzo is just going to come into the team straight away and start? Or will he come off the bench? That's the other question. We're all assuming that Enzo is just going to walk into the starting 11, which he might. He might actually. But yeah, if that is the case, then I probably lean towards Enzo. Only Joao Pedro or Semenyo says Tiger. Then I probably lean towards Semenyo, Tiger in that case. But don't you have Haaland already? Or would I lean towards Semenyo? Who else do you have as double game week players, Tiger? Seppi's corners taken. Yeah, Pascal Gross does take corners as well. Okay, I'm kind of happy. I'll stick to my Pascal Gross. I will stick to my Pascal Gross option. I'd probably, maybe Enzo, Adrian, but yeah. I guess the same thing for side as well. Between Enzo and Gross, it just kind of like a, I don't know. I'm not too fond of Enzo Fernandez personally, but yeah. I could be proven wrong. But Enzo probably might have minutes if he starts. I guess Chelsea fans are expecting him to come back straight in because he's just like the team is better with him. That's my basmati rice team. Okay. Let me bring your basmati rice team up again. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, I probably stick to Semenyo. Semenyo. I'm overall 2 million and I need 94 points to get in the top 500k. Oof. That is a huge. You'll have to start taking a few risks as well, K7. Actually, you'll have to start taking risk left, right, and center. Every week you need to take risk. uh, can you go in depth for captaincy? Palmer, Haaland, Semenyo, and O'Reilly. Okay, so Haaland captaincy. Main reason being is a shield pick. The fact that he'll be the most captain player, and also because he has Burnley this week. So he's definitely the most popular captain because of the fact that he has Burnley and will be owned highly. So it's a shield pick. Probably why I would go for him because of that reason, so that your rank doesn't get annihilated if he happens to score a hat trick in one of the games, right? Or even if he scores like one goal in each game, you don't want your rank to get annihilated. That's why him. Palmer would probably be second choice option because of penalties, similar to Haaland, and also because Manchester United have a weaker defense than what they are going to be having. And on top of that, Brighton also generally don't keep clean sheets. So Palmer, because of pens, would be second as in terms of options. Also because he has massive haul potential. Not gonna lie, we've seen a 20-point against Wolves, 12-point against Leeds. He's 9-point against Villa. He's capable of getting you a double digit in one game as well. So that's why. Between Semenyo and O'Reilly, I think O'Reilly, if we knew he was going to play both games, I would rank O'Reilly higher than I would rank Semenyo. Because I think there's a chance that. So this is where you have to decide if you believe he's going to start both games. Because if you believe he's going to start both games, then I would probably rank O'Reilly over Semenyo because I think there's at least one clean sheet in the City game. And if O'Reilly starts both, he could very well get an attack in return as well based on how he plays. When's the deadline? In 9 minutes, like Jason just mentioned. So, yeah, I mean, if you think O'Reilly plays both games, there's at least a clean sheet locked in one, maybe both games as well. There might be a clean sheet. And then attacking potential because of how out of position he plays. But Haaland would be the one for highly owned captaincy. Semenyo has kind of like Semenyo is like a. I feel like Semenyo. I don't no pens will get you like close to 90 minutes maybe, but no pens is a bit of an issue. What happened with O'Reilly in gaming 28 and 29? Wonder if that was 29. Man City didn't have a game, so that's why 29 Man City were blanking. Oh no, actually no, Man City played 29. Why didn't he play? Might have been a Champions League thing, and rotation would have hit. Let's have a look. Sam, I'm here 10 minutes before. Who do I sell Gabriel to? Who do you have in defense, Sam? Who do you have in defense? And also, what chip are you playing for you to sell Gabriel? That's the other question. Andy, welcome. How are you doing? Man City played Real Madrid, West Ham, Real Madrid, Forest. Oh, FA Cup game. Maybe it was the FA Cup game. That's why he got. Oh, he was injured out. Okay, there you go. Dan, that's the reason in 28 and 29. Injured out. And I think they didn't risk it because he was in the FA Cup game after that. All the high owned ones I'm playing bench boosting Kukurea. Do you have Leeds defenders as well? Andy says I had my team set. Yes, I saw your team as well. Can I go Truefit instead of Senesi if I can't afford him? If you can't afford Senesi, and you want to go Truefit, yeah, go ahead. I don't mind Truefit. I've got Truefit. If I get Truefit, I can later sell Van Dijk for Gabriel. Else, I have to sell Senesi again. No. You can go Truefit. I don't mind Truefit. Hawk to and Zebe. All my leads are full. All your all your Bournemouth are full as well. If your Bournemouth are full as well, then I think, yeah, I guess Kukurea is probably the other one. If your leads and do you have O'Reilly? I'm assuming you already have O'Reilly as well, Sam. I'm assuming you have O'Reilly. You have your leads are full. I'm assuming your Bournemouth is full as well. And then if that's the case, yeah, go Kukurea. It's probably the only other option. O'Reilly sub says top 10. Who? No. Start O'Reilly if you guys have O'Reilly. Would he be subbed? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I expect him to start if he's fit, to be honest. At least the Arsenal game, I think he will start if he's fit. I can get Senesi actually. You could do that if you wanted to then. Over Kukurea. Because at least you might get Defcon. I have no Brighton players in my starting 11 for my free hits, says Andy. Yes, this is Andy's free hit, by the way. This one. I did notice that. No Brighton players. But overall, the team looks pretty decent. Also, Andy, apparently O'Reilly is fine according to Pep. Not convinced by Palmer. Want to get top 100k, so want to go against Haaland. Semenyo could be good, but doesn't have pens. Nico can also get Defcon and clean sheet. Nico's chances of getting you Defcon are probably low, I think, based on how he plays. Yeah. Nico Riley is not going to get you Defcon. He plays like a second striker. I'll tell you that now. He can get you goals, though. Defcon, on the other hand, is very unlikely. I don't think he's ever hit you Defcon. I don't think he's ever got Defcon points. Nope. Oh, he's got once against Liverpool. Apart from that, he's never got Defcon. So do not expect Defcon points from O'Reilly. Goals, though, that you might see. Hill Tavernier is a bench boost, says Top and Tight. Yeah, I probably might. Yeah, if you have Hill and Tavernier, I probably might bench boost. Not. I have Scott 2 as my Bournemouth attacker. Yeah. Did you play any chips? And these on a free hit this week. Have I read everyone's questions? Call me dumb, but Tottenham win today, says Sam. You need to win today. There is no excuses. You have to get a win today, especially given that Leeds are playing Wolves and Forest are playing Burnley and West Ham are playing a Crystal Palace team that have been celebrating because they've got to the next round of the Europa League. Europa League? No, Conference League. You have to win. Kind of have to win. Justin also good for bench boost. Yeah, we discussed this, right? Top and 10. I think Justin is good. Yeah. I don't mind. If you have Justin, you play him, right? I mean, there is a potential for Joe Roden, but I think that's more of a wildcarders, like anyone wildcard in this week, that's an issue. Because when like you don't know for 35 and all. Because like come game week 35, I don't know if Justin will still be an option. Because he might have lost his spot if Joe Roden is back. New manager bounces Spurs, I bet. My whole team is doublers other than Bruno, pretty good. Yeah, fair enough. All right, people, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Lock those teams. Please make sure you've locked those teams. If you're playing your free hit, make sure your free hit chip shows that it's active and not that you've taken like a minus 20 or a minus 30 or a minus 40. Please make sure your free hit chip is actually active if you are playing your free hit. Same thing for your wildcard as well. Please make sure it's active, or bench boost as well. If you're playing the bench boost, make sure you've actually activated the chip. Should I transfer out Justin? To who though? Who can you afford, Top and Time? Who can you afford? I thought we had like a funds issue last week. Didn't you have a fund issue last week? Also, people, if you are new, 4 million. Oh, so the only other player you can go for is Bijol, right? I would just stick to Justin, to be honest. It's a sideways move, not worth the transfer. I would say that's not worth the free transfer personally. I just stick to like Justin, to be honest. Feels like the free transfer is not worth it. You could use the free transfer elsewhere as well, to be honest. Like in like another game week instead. All right, people, if you haven't already, please do smash that like button and hit the subscribe if you are new. But obviously, it seems like I have a lot of regulars here, so please do smash that like button if you haven't already. I'm bloody tempted to captain O'Reilly, but I think I'll hold off because of injury concerns. Yeah, I mean, I would have been very interested with that if he was actually like, if he didn't get injured last week, I might have been very tempted to do it as well potentially. He wasn't injured last week, but yeah, deadline in 2 minutes. Yes, deadline in 2 minutes. So please make sure you've locked your teams. Hit the like button. Don't forget. And if you're new, please do smash that subscribe button. We are actually don't know. Like it says like 2, 3 subscribers. Here it says 10. I don't know how. We're kind of short of 450, but that's the plan. O'Reilly's in for me, says Andy. Okay. All right. Now, is it okay for me to have only Bruno, Embuemo, and Bowen as my single game week players this week? I would probably sell Embuemo maybe, but Bowen and Bruno I don't mind for this week. Is that as a bench boost over Mara? Are you bench boosting or what's the play? I have 5 doublers playing in draft. Oh, I have not had a look at draft now that you mention it. Is there a deadline for draft? I have 0 doublers. How have I ended up in a situation with 0 doublers? No need. I will leave it like that. Okay. Can probably sign Kadioglu over Maguire. How are there no? Damn. Deadline is done. Alright, that is the deadline. I hope everyone has locked their teams. I'm quickly having a look at draft. I don't know if I can even make any more changes to draft, to be honest. Damn, I have 0 doublers. I'm screwed. Oh, I have FIFA for potentially James Garner. I can still make chances. All right, let me go and get some players in. Brighton, Hinchelwood probably over Gakpo. Who else is Dublin? Man City, who's available? Jeez. Not a single City player available for me. Rip. Chelsea. My days. It's a shame that Estavao is not an option, you know? If Estavao was an option, I would have thought about it a bit more. Burnley. Ooh, is this Jaden Anthony? No! Why did he lock me out? I have about 4 to 5 City players. Damn you, Andy. Gardner was an Australian motorbike champion. Oh. Alright. That is it. Team is done. I will be live tomorrow for the watch along. Make sure you guys are involved. Get involved in that watch along tomorrow for the Arsenal versus Manchester City game. So I'll be live tomorrow for that. Until then, best of luck to you all. Hopefully, when I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I can watch a decent game against Chelsea versus Man United and not something that's frustrating. Omar says, my team is 237 in your league. I can't open it now. it won't allow me because the deadline has passed. So the game will be loading. But I'll see it when the game loads again after. But yeah, good night, everyone. Best of luck to you all. Watch along tomorrow. So if you guys are available, do come get involved in the chat for the watch along. Manchester City versus Arsenal. Until then, have a good one, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out, everyone.